Alright, we're back out in the garage. Been a while since I made anything, so we're out here. We'll make a knife sheath. All these Mora knives come with the plastic sheaths, which I can't stand. So we're gonna make a leather one. Alright, our glue's all dried. So now we take our thonging chisel. Yes, that's the name of it. Otherwise known as a hole puncher thing. Lay out your marks. I'm not getting real fancy with this because it is just a knife sheath. Alright, there you have it. Got you some holes with your thonging chisel. Alright, so now you got your stitching holes on that piece. Fold it over. They line up there. Still the flap on. Alright, I'll get back with you in a few minutes. Alright, I got the stitching done. We're going to go ahead and get the contact cement. Go ahead and cement it together and get ready to do the stitching on this. We'll make sure you get it pretty much right the first time, because the contact cement and leather is not too forgiving. You can get it back off, but it rips the leather, the back side of the leather, and it'll be all fuzzy and not worth a darn. And you try to go back and use it again. And then what I'll do is I want to make sure this one gets a real good bond. I'll put clamps all around it just like that. Anyway, I'll get back with y'all in just a second. Alright, I kind of skipped ahead on y'all. I'm not the best at making how-to videos. It's kind of more or less, it's not really a how-to video, how I made it video. I'm not an expert, just a guy in his garage making silly YouTube videos. Anyway, I put the put rivets in there for support. I already got the holes punched, so I'm going to go work on that, getting that strung up. I don't put the gussets down the center like a lot of people do. I'm using 4 to 5 ounce leather. It's already thick leather, so I've never had an issue with any of them ones I've made about cutting through. I don't think any weekend warrior or bushcrafter would either. Anyway, I'll get back with you when I get it stitched up. Alright, I changed my mind. First we're going to stain it. I think I'm going to stain this one. I'm going to stain it before I put the thread in, because I hadn't made up my mind if I'm going to do white thread or red. Anyway, I'll get this stained up. This is about my favorite color on leather. Alright. It's way too pretty outside in the garage. We had a bad storm come through last night. Another spring cold front. We're gonna sit outside and do some stitching. I don't know if y'all know that cold front swept all across Texas, and I think it stretched up into some of the other states too. That was a pretty rough one. A lot of lightning and high winds. As you can probably hear right now, it's still windy as heck. gonna sit here and stitch a while. This cool breeze. Wish I could be here and enjoy this weather. I know some of you up north are still sitting in the snow. I don't know how you can do it. Anyway, I'm gonna keep stitching. I'll see y'all in a few minutes. All right, when you get down to the end of your stitching, you want to lock your threads in so they don't come unraveled. So you just keep on going with your saddle stitch. You go back into this one, just like you've been stitching. You just keep going, but you go back about three holes. But just be real careful because you don't want to stick the needle in between this stitch, or it could be a disaster. It'd cause a big old knot and then everything's messed up. So I'd suggest using a little awl to make you a good little hole and then put your thread needle through. That way you can be real sure you're not going through the thread. You have to use a pair of pliers getting it through that tight spot. And just pull that thread out of the way. Do that about two more stitches. It'll be good and locked in. Not worry about those stitches coming out. Alright, now you just want to take your thread, tie it off, cut it down close. Melt them down. There you got some pretty stitching. All right, we're back in the garage so we can finish this up. Now, on your edges, you want to clean your edges up. You want it to look nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to sand these smooth so we get a smooth edge. Just sand them down, and I'll use sandpaper. If I got my Dremel handy, I usually use my Dremel. It's easier. But you'll sand these down. Then we'll burnish them, get them smooth, slick, and shiny, looking good. All right, I got the edges smoothed down. I'm gonna take my black dye and do the edges now. I like black on the edges, so just be real careful. I use Q-tips for doing edges. We're gonna get these dyed up. Then we're gonna burnish it, slick it. All right, it's time to slick the edges, burnish them. Get a little edging tool. I'll either use that or a piece of canvas. But just take Phoebe saddle soap. This is how I do it. There's two or three, a few different ways to do things. But I get the edges wet. Go ahead and wet the edges down. saddle soak. Just start slicking them down. Gotta round your edges off and give it a nice smooth look. All right, we're gonna wet form it now to custom fit this Mora Companion. All you gotta do, pour your little water down in there. Just let it soak in a minute. Get that leather good and soaked. Go ahead and push it in. Let it sit there a few minutes. I'm gonna kind of work it around. You do the same if you ever wanted to make a pistol. You soak that leather real good, and it'll wet form to your shape of your whatever you're making. That way it'll hold that knife really good. Anyway, we'll let this set a minute and I'll show you the finished product. Well, there you have it. One custom handmade knife sheath for Mora Companion. Went ahead and went with the red threads. Here lately I've been liking the red threads. Kind of makes it pop. See the edges when you slick those edges, it turns it like into one solid piece of leather. Wet formed just for this knife. Put a little hole on the back for all the bush crafters, I guess, like those danglers to hang their knives instead of putting them on a belt. And as you can see, it don't come out, but it still comes out easily. Anyway, there you go. Get rid of that plastic sheath, y'all. Go make you a knife sheath for that Mora. Bye.